In the heart of the Appalachians lies a small, forgotten town called Silent Hills. Its name evokes tranquility, but behind the facade of rustic charm and picturesque landscapes, the town harbors dark secrets. The most sinister of these is the legend of the Silhouette, a serial killer whose reign of terror has left the community in a state of perpetual fear and suspicion. Silent Hills was once a bustling mining town, but as the mines dried up, so did the town's spirit. Now, it's a place where whispers carry through empty streets, and shadows seem to move of their own accord. The townsfolk go about their business with an air of resigned melancholy, each person a little more withdrawn, a little more wary. The story of the Silhouette began nearly 2 decades ago when the first body was found. Jessica Crawford, a young woman with dreams of leaving Silent Hills for the big city, was discovered in the woods, her life brutally cut short. Her death was the first in a series of grisly murders that would plague the town. Detective Samuel Harper was assigned to the case. Harper was a seasoned investigator with a reputation for solving the unsolvable. He arrived in Silent Hills with a sense of determination, but also a sense of foreboding. There was something about the town that felt different, something that made the hairs on the back of his neck stand on end. As Harper delved into the investigation, he found a pattern. Each victim was a young woman, each murder more brutal than the last. The bodies were left in places of significance to the victims, almost as if the killer knew them personally. The killer, it seemed, was not just taking lives, but sending a message. One crisp autumn evening, Harper received a call. Another girl, Emily Jacobs, had gone missing. Emily was a bright and cheerful teenager, well loved by everyone in the community. Her disappearance sent shockwaves through the town. Harper searched tirelessly, combing through Emily's life for clues. Her friends, family, and even her teachers were interviewed, but no one seemed to know anything useful. Days turned into weeks, and still, there was no sign of Emily. The town grew more anxious, the sense of dread becoming almost palpable. Then, one night, Harper received a chilling letter. It was handwritten, the letters uneven and chaotic. It read, "The shadows have taken her. You will find her where the sun sets on broken dreams." Harper knew it was a taunt, but he also knew it was a clue. Following the cryptic message, Harper found himself at the old abandoned mine on the outskirts of town. The place was a relic of Silent Hill's prosperous past, now a decaying monument to forgotten dreams. As he ventured deeper into the mine, the air grew colder, and the darkness seemed to press in around him. Eventually, Harper found Emily. She was barely alive, bound and gagged, left to die in the darkness. As he carried her out, the weight of the investigation bore down on him. The Silhouette was not just a murderer, he was a sadist who enjoyed playing with his victims and their families. With Emily's rescue, Harper redoubled his efforts. He began to see patterns in the chaos, connections between the victims that had previously eluded him. Each victim had a personal connection to someone who had wronged the killer in some way. The Silhouette was exacting revenge, punishing those who had, in his twisted mind, sinned against him. Harper started to receive more letters, each one more taunting than the last. They led him on a macabre scavenger hunt through the town, revealing more about the killer's psyche. The Silhouette enjoyed the game, and Harper was his unwilling participant. One stormy night, Harper received the final letter. It was an invitation to meet the killer at the old church on the hill, a place long abandoned and rumored to be haunted. The letter promised answers, but it also promised death. Harper prepared himself for the confrontation, his mind racing with possibilities. As he entered the decrepit church, the air grew thick with tension. In the dim light, he could see a figure standing at the altar, shrouded in darkness. The Silhouette stepped forward, and Harper finally saw the face of the killer. It was someone he had never suspected, a seemingly harmless member of the community. The killer spoke in a calm, measured tone, explaining his motives with chilling clarity. He had been wronged, betrayed, and humiliated by those he had killed, and Harper's investigation had merely been the final act in his grand play. The confrontation ended in a violent struggle, with Harper barely escaping with his life. The Silhouette was captured, but the scars left on the town were deep and lasting. Silent Hills would never be the same, its idyllic facade forever marred by the horrors that had unfolded. Harper left Silent Hills, his mind haunted by the memories of the case. The town, too, tried to move on, but the shadow of the silhouette lingered. The people of Silent Hills learned to live with their fear, knowing that evil could lurk behind even the most familiar faces. Years passed, and the story of the silhouette became a legend, a cautionary tale whispered among the townsfolk. The old mine and the abandoned church stood as silent reminders of the terror that had once gripped the town. Silent Hills remained true to its name, a place where shadows whispered and secrets lay buried, waiting for the day they might rise again. The story of the silhouette is a testament to the darkness that can reside within the human soul, a reminder that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are those that hide in plain sight.